it's truly year to year. And there's going to be high expectations for teams automatically every year, the ones that typically had a good season the year before and returned their quarterback. They're just naturally going to be picked high, and we're no different. And we embrace those expectations, but it's also understanding that, right now people are saying good things about us. Last year when we were at this event in Dallas, nobody thought we were worth a crap and weren't saying very good things about us. And we didn't listen to it then, and we don't need to be listening to it right now as well. It's truly about, playing the games and knowing it's a new year every year.
I think he knows, this is home, and he has everything that he needs here to be successful. And not to get into his business, we didn't have a lot of in-depth conversations in regards to hey man, I really want you to stay, and are you leaving? I don't know if we had that conversation because maybe I was naive, but I knew he loved it here. And he's coming off a season as a starting quarterback where he wins 9 games. He's playing as well as any quarterback in the country at the end of last season. He's coming back on a really good team, and he loves being here. Like, why the hell would you leave? And excuse my language, but I know money's an aspect of it, but it's also don't mess with happiness either. And he's got a great situation here. We are what we said in recruiting is who we are, and he knows that everything that he wants to accomplish, he can here at South Carolina on and off the field. He's doing great academically. He's doing an internship this summer with a construction company for his major, and he's taken the next step football-wise. So, maybe I just had my head in the sand and wasn't very, aware of what was really happening. But I think a lot of him and his mom and dad, and don't get me wrong, we had conversations, and I talked to, he and the family when we had an offensive coordinator opening and wanted to, kind of see where he is on that. So we're always communicating, but I also know that we got a really good thing going in South Carolina, not just for him, but for our entire team. And guys enjoy being part of this program, and they know that they can reach all their goals and accomplish their dreams here.
All right. Do you feel like you guys, regardless of the hype, are still viewed as underdogs in this conference?
Sure, I do. I think we have to earn our respect, and we've got to do it consistently. And when the rankings or predictions come out this week, the normal schools are going to be probably right up there at the top. And when I say the normal ones, the ones that have been picked near the top for pretty much the last 20 years in the SEC in a lot of ways. So we've certainly got to earn our respect. But my point to Paul and my point to anyone is we've shown we can do it. And I made this, I told him, and I made that the example on set was, and I didn't get to say it at the end, but 2010 was my last season working at South Carolina as an assistant. In that season, we played for the SEC championship, and we beat Georgia, we beat Florida, we beat Tennessee, we beat Clemson, we beat Alabama when they were number 1 in the country. And the resources that we have in Columbia now, on and off the field, are so much better than what we had in 2010. Now, I get it. The league is different, and all those teams have different coaches, and they're in a different place as well. But in this league, if you show you're one of the best teams, which we've beaten so many of the best teams in this league. There's teams that we haven't, but as you continue to recruit and continue to develop, yeah, absolutely, it's attainable. And I wouldn't be here if I didn't think it was, Jordan. I didn't come here to go 7-5 every year. I came to South Carolina to compete for championships, and we're there, and we're continuing to develop and get better as well. I think right after the season, it's looking back at the previous season and where we can improve, like where we weren't good enough last season. When I look at it, we need to be better in the return game from a special team standpoint. So why weren't we better at returning kicks last year, kickoff and punt return? So how do we get better at that? We need to protect the ball better. How do we get better at that? We need to be better at scoring touchdowns in the red zone. We weren't good enough down there. We left a lot of points out there. So how do we get better? So I started in January with that, but it's ongoing. And then for me, it's
trying to learn from a lot of other coaches and talking to other coaches. I'm surrounded by some great ones on our campus, and then it's also going and visiting other places, and not just football coaches, but just coaching in general. So I've spent some time this year visiting other coaches in different sports and picking their brains, and talking to some of the coaches on our campus, which I'm blessed to be around some great ones, and going and visiting some other teams, college and NFL, and learning from them. But, constantly learning. I mean, I played golf the other day with a general manager in the NFL. So for 18 holes, I picked his brain just on stuff from a football standpoint also. And I don't think you ever stop learning. I love to read a lot, and try and learn some stuff that way from a football standpoint and just overall standpoint also.
What can it be for the state of South Carolina that both programs, Clemson and South Carolina, are in the national narratives, and obviously two quarterbacks that are elite level Heisman Trophy candidates?
Yeah, I think it's awesome. There's a rivalry, but it's a great rivalry. There's no question about it. Got a lot of respect for y'all, as y'all know, for Dabo and his program. And in this state, we don't have major pro sports, so it's South Carolina and Clemson. And when both teams are good, it's great for the state. I mean, I thought it was awesome last year when the eyes of college football were on Clemson, South Carolina at 12 noon on that Saturday when we played, because both teams are ranked, and that game should have had playoff implications as well. But I thought it was awesome, though, and it how it should be. It's two great programs, and when we're both good, it's great for the state. And everywhere I go, I mean, I have a lot of Clemson fans that'll come up to me that say the same thing. They think it's awesome that both teams are good and both programs are good, and it should be. I mean, you look around the country, that's what you want in a rivalry is both teams to be good, and for the game to mean something each year, and for it to mean something to the state. And I know what this rivalry means in our state, and I don't take that lightly at all.
Personally, it'll be certainly unique playing a school that you've spent so much of your life at. And I've played schools that I used to coach at. I've played against Mississippi State, and I've played against Georgia Tech, and I've played against Georgia, and I've played against Tennessee, and I've played against Oklahoma. Those are all places that I've coached. But this one's different because it's literally – there's a statue of my dad outside the stadium. So it's different from that standpoint. I got great memories. So it'll be it's probably even more intense because it's game one, because there's going to be so much buildup. There already is, and there will continue to be leading up to that game. But at the end of the day, it's about the players on the field. That's what it's about. And we need to make sure that we are prepared to go play really well against a talented, Virginia Tech team that we know that they're going to be playing really well. They'll play really well against us, and make sure that we're not some of those teams. All you have to do is look around college football every year, and there's always a handful of teams that all summer long they listen to how great they're going to be and what their season's going to be. Then they go out week one, they get absolutely smacked in the face. I mean, there's examples of that every year in college football. There was last year. So we need to make sure that, we prepare the right way and get ready to go play and coach really well against a good Virginia Tech team.